2 words, mock draft, got that top class, never pick, hot trash, sleepers on my staff every day, cock back and we take block stats, NBA prospects, everybody move. We're going to run down a 14-team points league mock draft on ESPN. We believe every NBA fan should play fantasy basketball. So here we are in the mock draft room. I am picking from the 3rd position, and I have my eyes on one of those top 5 targets. We're talking about Jokic. We're talking about Wemby. We're talking about Giannis. We're talking about SGA. I could give you 2 guesses, but you only need one who's going off the board. We got Nikola Jokic off of the board. That is not a surprise to anyone. After Nikola Jokic, we had SGA, Giannis, Victor Wembanyama, Luka. That is about right. Guys, we keep saying it. Don't stress yourself out if you get a top 5 pick. Any of those guys work for a points league. Now, this is where it gets interesting. At the 1-6, we got Cade Cunningham. That is right on brand with where I like to take him. Again, this is a 14-team points league mock draft on ESPN. Let's get it. After Cade Cunningham at the 1-6, we got Anthony Edwards at the 1-7. Then at the 1-8, we got Anthony Davis. Now, this all looks okay to me. I'm a little higher on Anthony Davis, so I would probably have him at 1-7, but this is completely fine. Now it gets interesting. At the 1-9, we got your man, Trae Young. Oh, baby. Now, I get it. Many are super high on Trae, as I am, but 1-9, I think there are a couple other players that I might be a little more interested in at that point, but I'm fine with Trae at 1-9. Now, this one is bold. We got Devin Booker at the 1-10. What? Where they do that at? That is wild, Joe. And you know what? I have faith in Devin Booker. I want to grab Devin Booker at the back end of a 12-team first round or at the top of the second. For a 14-teamer, I would definitely grab him at the back end of the first round. This is a slight reach, but if you believe in him, that's what I tell people. Follow your gut. If you believe in him and you think that he's going to do it, then grab him. Now, this is what I'm not doing. Josh Giddey at the 1-11. Oh, my goodness gracious. Gosh, I don't know what to say about that one. Man, I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong, man, because people are going hard for Giddey. Josh, the Giddler, is going off the board mad early. That might be the earliest I've seen him go off the board. I'm just saying. I'm not going to do that. Domantas Sabonis at the 1-12, I would do that for a points league. At the 1-13, now we're talking business. James Harden. I believe James Harden is more valuable than Josh Giddey. I believe James Harden is, he's going to be a beast this season. I think he's going to have an amazing run. At the 1-14, we got Karl Anthony Towns. I think that's value there. At the 2-1, we got Tyrese Maxey. Yes. Jalen Williams at the 2-2. Come on. 2-3, we got Stephen Curry going off the board. I think that is a great deal. Oh, this is my man's in him. Amen Thompson is off the board at the 2-4. If you want Amen Thompson in drafts this season, you will have to pay. You will have to pay like we've never paid before. Why? Because we just got news that Fred VanVleet is going to be out of the picture likely for the rest of the season. So because of that, his value is going to be crazy. Amen Thompson right now, his current ADP on ESPN is 38, and we just saw him go off the board at the 2.4, which is about the 18th pick. Let that sink in. After Amen Thompson, we got LeBron James, Evan Mobley. I'm up in a couple picks, so I'm going to go ahead and get locked in, and I'll come back to the recap. So people still on the board. Bam Adebayo, interested in him. Uh, LaMelo Ball, I have some interest in him. Paolo Banchero, I have some interest in him. So all of these one of these players will be available. So I'll grab one. I'm likely gonna grab Paolo here. I think this for a points league, this is an absolute steal. So I'm gonna take this and run to the bank. I don't think LaMelo will be there in the turn, but if he is, I will grab Melo. But I'm gonna grab Paolo Banchero here. And I'm going to quickly go back to the recap and then jump back over here and see if I can cue someone up. So after LeBron, father of Tom James, we have Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Alperen, the Goon, Shin, Goon off the board, Zubats at the 2-9, at the 2-10, Kevin Durant, love that pick. At the 2-11, Jalen Brunson. At the 2-12, I grab Paolo Banchero. At the 2-13, Scotty Tuhati Barnes. At the 2-14, LaMelo Ball is gone. Gone. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to this list to see if I can cue somebody up that I'm interested in. Oh, I'm up already. Dang. Panic pick on the horizon, folks. Buckle your freaking seatbelts. Okay. I'm going to do what I got to do here. Is my man still here? Let me see if my man is still here. My man is still here. I'm gonna grab Chet. I gotta grab Chet. You know how I do. I'm gonna grab Chet. And third round, I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna just grab my man Chet. I'm super high on Chet. I'm gonna just do it. It's a reach according to these rankings, but his current ADP right now, even though they have him at 46 on ESPN here, his current ADP, according to hashtag basketball, his blended ADP is 31.5. His ESPN his ESPN ADP is a little higher at 40. I'm fine with grabbing him there. Come on, man. What are we doing here? I'm totally fine with that. Let's get back to the recap. After LaMelo Ball, we have Bam Adebayo at the 3-1, Jalen Johnson at the 3-2, Chet Holmgren at the 3-3. At the 3-4, Ja with the blicky on live stream in the Club Morant. At the 3-5, skinny Zion Williamson. When I tell you, if this dude stays healthy, y'all, it is going to be a freaking problem. It's going to be a problem. If you look at his stats, when he plays, it's like something we've never seen before with high numbers in terms of his field goal percentage. So for me, Zion Williamson is somebody I'm keeping an eye on. I would have easily drafted him there instead of Chet. It's just that, I'm good with Chet. I'm taking Chet. After Zion Williamson, and his nickname used to be how the mighty have fallen. We're going to have to change that one this season. I'm sorry. At the 3-6, we got De'Aaron Fox. At the 3-7, Nikola Vucevic. At the 3-8, Pascal Siakam falls. Wow. Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. At the 3-9, Jaylen Brown. At the 3-10, King Cooper Flag at the 3-11. We've seen King Cooper Flag go a lot higher than that. I think his value is stabilizing at this point. I think that some folks who were maybe higher on him have actually kind of come around to reality. Derek White goes at the 3-12, Franz Wagner at the 3-13. I love Franz Wagner in this area. I think that's a great value. And then we have DeMar, not like us, DeRozan at the 3-14. You a fan. Bring you a thinking on God. They not like us. All right, let's get to some comments really quick. My man, Super Terrific. Oh, my man, Super Terrific. Yo, Super Terrific got those daggone those basketball cards on deck. He's dropping some amazing, valuable context in our comment section. Super grateful to see you here on the live stream, my guy. And by the way, he says rookies rarely score high. And Stoney says, is drafting Giddey Amin at 22 high? I think so. I'll be curious to see what Super Terrific and others believe. I think that's too high, especially for a min. I think Giddy, maybe, but I don't know. I'm not okay with that. For a points league, I'm not. Jalen's going to average 27. I think he will, but I don't know if he's going to play the whole season. I don't know what his situation is going to look like. So I have some concerns around that. Let's go here. I like this. Cool. All right, let's get back to the actual recap. So, and I'm going to pick soon, so I got to lock in. So after DeMar, not like us, DeRozan, we have Desmond, bring the pain, Bane, Jamal Murray at the 4-2, Dyson, the merchant of theft, Daniels, a.k.a. the burglar, off the board at the 4-3, Denny, Baby, Jordan, Avdia at the 4-4. And I'm up soon, so let me lock in. I need to go ahead and cue somebody up. So, come on, let me see what do we got. Let me see what we got. All right, so we are here in the 40s. It's not in this area. I'll say that much. It's not cute. It's not cute. Doesn't feel good. Looking at Jarrett Allen here. Looking at Jakob Poeltl. Looking at OG Anunoby. Looking at Kawhi Leonard. Oh, God, don't make me draft Kawhi Leonard. Don't make me do it. With all of this stuff swirling around him. Don't do it, Robin. Don't do it. You did it. Kawhi busted thigh Leonard. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Gosh, I hope he plays. I hope he plays. Let's get back to the recap. After Denny, Baby Jordan, Avdia, we have Zach, watch your back, Levine at the 4-5. Jalen Green, wow. That's early. That's earlier than I've seen at the 4-6. Then we have Joel Embiid at the 4-7. I don't know about Joel, y'all. That press conference was depressing. Did you see the press conference? Your man was like, I don't know. Maybe I come back. I don't know if I'm going to come back or not, but I'm going to try my best. I'm like, dude, I'm not drafting you. All right, I'm up in a couple picks, so let me lock in. Jarrett Allen is still here. I'll be open to grabbing Jarrett Allen here. Trey Murphy III, I got some interest in. Jalen Duren, I got some interest in. OG Anunoby, I got some interest in. Kristaps Porzingis, ooh. Can I take Porzingis and also Kawhi Leonard? A lot of question marks. Man, Kristaps Porzingis, nah, I'm staying away from him. That dude is trouble. I don't want no parts of that. So I'm going to go either Jarrett Allen here, Trey Murphy III. I think I'll just take Jarrett Allen. Get another big. Let's get back to the recap. After Joel Embiid, we have Kobe White at the 4-8. At the 4-9, Mikal Bridges. Austin Reeves at the 4-10. Just read an article, a do not draft article that included Austin Reeves, which is really interesting to me. At the 4-11, Josh Hart. I'm out on that. Kawhi Leonard at the 4-12, big question mark. At the 4-13, we have Jimmy, $100 cup of coffee. And then at the 4-14, we have Miles Bridges. Love that pick. Julius Randle at the 5-1. Brandon Miller at the 5-2. I grabbed Jarrett Allen at the 5-3. Love that pick. Ooh, Trey Murphy III at the 5-4. Kristaps Porzingis at the 5-5. Love both of those picks. Both guys I was looking at. Jarrett Allen is a more stable pick in terms of durability, but I definitely had some interest in Trey Murphy and some of those other guys. Let's take a look at some of these comments really quick. Super Traffic says, did McCain go? I don't believe he did. And that's what Anthony Rogers, a.k.a. Antec, our Discord administrator extraordinaire. I love Austin Reeves that far in a 14-teamer. Not mad at that. Yeah. And then Super Terrific says, poor hero. Man, that dude cannot stay healthy. He cannot stay healthy. They say he might be back in December. So it might be worth a stash. I'd be open to stashing him if I get value. This one is from Antec. He says, Giddey went hot on the back half of last season, but the first season was garbage. hot dog water with the bratwurst residue. If he can have a consistent year like he did after last All-Star break, then yes, he's worth it here. So 20 maybe. I think top 10, he's going to have to do a lot to be top 10. And he's never maintained that type of production for an entire year. Everyone else in the top 10 has, right? There's no like question marks around Giannis or Trae Young or Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham did it last year, right? So I think for Giddey, we are definitely optimistic, but I don't want to be negligent either with my first round pick. I love this one. Asar is a sleeper. We just did an episode. Oh, is it an episode? It might be a short about that. Super Terrific is going off with the comments. He says Amin is a great all-around player, but he's averaged 14 points in a points league. Figure he may average 18 to 21 points this season. I think he'll pick up some extra assists, which will increase his points league value as well. Jaffer says, why Giannis over Luka? Sorry. That's a great question. For me, I think those guys are interchangeable. It really depends on your preference. I've drafted Luka ahead of Giannis this mock draft season. I've also drafted SGA ahead of Giannis. And traditionally, when I'm at the 1 or 2, I'll take Jokic or Wemby. For this particular team, I just wanted to grab Giannis at the 3. So no rhyme or reason, just really wanted to have a Giannis team. So let's get back to the recap. After Porzingis, we had Duran, Porter Jr., Hero, Bridges, Anunoby, Sarr, Garland, Kessler, Pirtle, Kevin Porter Jr. at the 6-1. That is wild, y'all.
Okay.
That is wild. Man, this is crazy. Interesting, but crazy. At the 6-2, we got Jordan. Leave the kids at the pool with the baddies. At the 6-3, we got Lauri Markkanen. At the 6-4, Rudy Gobert. At the 6-5, Brandon Ingram. And then at the 6-6, Dan Gafford. That is too high for me. Andrew Nimhard at the 6-7. Whoa, 6-7. I'm sorry, I had to. This is just what's happening in pop culture these days. When you say 6-7, you just have to do that. After Andrew Nimhard, let's see what happens next, because this thing is getting really crazy very fast. And I understand it's a 14-teamer, but geez Louise. RJ Barrett is off the board at the 6-6. Man, scary hours. Scary hours. Not sure if the guy I want is still available. I am not going to search his name because I know that the community members who are drafting with me are likely watching this live. So for that reason, I'm going to quickly enter his name as I get ready for my next pick. And if he is available, I'm going to draft him. He just went off the board. I was looking at DeAndre Ayton. So now I will officially make a panic pick. Jeez Louise with the grease. I'm going to grab my man, Isaiah Hartenstein. So I got a lot of bigs right now. I got to try to get some guard play. I really, really stunk up the joint going with best available player. I'm going to go ahead and start queuing up some of these guards to see if I can secure some action on that front. So quickly going to take a look at TJ here. I'd be open to. Don't know if I want him that early. Sharp, I'd be definitely interested in. Cam Thomas, I'm fading, but I'm all about quickly. Asar, I'd be interested in as well if he falls to me. Benedict Mathurin, who can play the 3 or the 2. This is interesting. Ty Jerome, I think, is going to get a bit of a bump. Igor Dimon, I'll probably grab him a little later, but I'll queue him up nonetheless. Jalen Suggs, I'd be interested in. Keontae George, I'd be interested in as well. And you hear, as soon as I queue people up, they just go off the board. These guys are snipers, man. You cannot hide anything from these guys. They are sharp and keen. Um, Tariq Eason, I have some interest there. Khalil Ware as well. Man, they're snatching everybody off the board. So let's see what we got left. So now it looks like from the people that I stashed, it looks like TJ McConnell is left. I'm not okay. I'm gonna just take CJ. Lord, give me the strength. CJ, come on to the team, man. Bring your old self on over. I need some guard help. Let me get you on over. Jeez Louise. Talk about stinking up the joint. Jeez. Let's get back to the recap. After the laughter comes the tears. So after RJ Barrett, we have Norman Powell. Love that pick. Peyton Pritchard. DeAndre Ayton. Woo! Isaiah Hartenstein. Mark Williams. Andrew Wiggins at the 6'14", top of the 7th round. Emmanuel Quickly at the 7'2". Shaden Sharp. CJ McCollum at the 7'3". John Collins at the 7'4". Ooh, I love this pick. Oldie but goodie, 7'5". Bradley Beal for real. At the 7'8", Cameron Johnson. Onyeka Okongwu at the 7'7". Benedict Mathurin at the 7'8". Anthony Simons, Asar Thompson, and we are all the way caught up. And I literally have nothing in my queue anymore. Everything has been taken, forsaken, like Kevin Bacon. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. So I'm going to have to queue up a few more players because the river has run dry. I am looking here. I'm gazing upon the player pool with the likes of the Paul Georges of the world. Nope. With the likes of the Tobias Harrises of the world. No. I just can't do it to myself. I will not. I shall not. I will not. I am going to queue up Isaiah Collier like that. Ace Bailey, I have some interest there. Oh, they got Ace listed at small forward and power forward. Let's go. I'll queue up some Drew Hill. I'll queue up some Dylan Harper, some Bub Carrington. I'll queue up some. Oh, I gotta queue up your men's in them. Might not even say his name out loud because them jokers gonna be on it like a hornet. And I think I'm pretty good on the queue right now. I'm going to let that rock, fella. I'm going to let that stew and see what happens in the next couple of picks. Let's go ahead and check out the comments and see what we got going on over here. So, Super Terrific says, did Matas of Filipowski go? I don't know. I'm going to check that actually because if Matas is still out there, he will be a target for me. He's gone. And Filipowski is probably gone too. Nope, he's still around here. Do I have him queued up? I have him queued up already. I already have Filipowski queued up. Yeah, I agree on this one, Super Terrific. I think that CJ needs to retire now. I hope he can help my mock draft team. Big news. That's a good one. Heck, we do got big news. I don't know if I announced it yet, but we got a couple new creators joining the team. Big shout out to Diego. Big shout out to my man Leo. Leo actually works at TikTok, and he is a longtime gaming streamer who is making a transition into fantasy basketball content creation. He's being called, so we're happy that he's joining the team. So that is the big announcement. We have two brand new Points League creators. They're going to be rolling out their first videos really soon. Really, really soon. Okay, I'm getting ready for my next pick. Let me lock in since my entire queue has been depleted. Jeez, what's wrong with you guys, man? You guys are freaking snipers, man. You can't have nothing around these jokers. Jeez Louise. It is slim pickings out here. I don't care what happens. I'm not drafting Paul George. I'll draft Scottie Pippen Jr. before I draft Paul George. Stephon Castle. I'll draft Stephon Castle. I'll do that. If he's available, I'll do that. But I'm not by any means drafting Paul George. I am all the way over that. No freaking way. No freaking way. All right, let's get back to the recap. After I think we were right around Benedict Matherin. At the 7-9, we have Anthony Simons. 7-10, Asar Thompson. I love that pick. We're going to drop a value bomb. Cover your ears. Cover your ears. I think that's an absolute crush this season. I love that pick. At the 7-11, we got Aaron Gordon. At the 7-12, Nas Reed. At the 7-13, my man Matas Buzeles. The 7-14, we got Nick Claxton. So players that I'm looking at Ty Jerome. And, oh, this is gross. Jalen Suggs. Oh, yeah, about that. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to just grab Jalen Suggs. He's eligible for point guard and shooting guard. I know there's going to be a lot of mouths to feed in Orlando, but I think at this point in the draft, in a 14-teamer, that's fair. That's fair play. I don't know if the next player I want will still be on the board, but if he is, I'm taking him. I think taking him in the 9th might have been a little early, so I'm going to hold and see if I can get him in the next round. After Matas Buzeles, we have Nick Claxton. At the 8-1, we have TJ McConnell, Christian Brown, Cam Thomas at the 8-3, Khalil Ware at the 8-4. I love that pick. At the 8-5, Ace Bailey. Yes. At the 8-6, Devin Vassell. Come on. At the 8-7, Derek Lively. Maybe. At the 8-8, Keontae George. Let's get it. At the 8-9, Tobias Harris. Heck to the no. I am out on Tobias. Tumani Kamara at the 8-10. I'm okay with that. At the 8-11, Donovan Clingan. Let's go. At the 8-12, Stephon Castle. I'll take it. Santi Eldama at the 8-13. And at the 8-14, to round out the 8th round, Colin Sexton. Top of the 9th, Scottie Pippen Jr. Oh, man, I love this pick. At the 9-2, Jaden Ivey. I believe Jaden Ivey is going to absolutely feast if he can stay healthy this year. I love that pick. At the 9-3, Jalen Suggs. 9-4, Tari Eason. Drew Holiday at the 9-5. Draymond Green, Bobby Portis, Con Knipple. Woo! At the 9-9, Jaden McDaniels. At the 9-10, VJ Edgecombe. At the 9-11, Isaiah Collier. And at the 9-12, Paul George. I mean, in a 14-teamer in the 9th round, I don't know. What are you going to do? Like, I don't know. I'm still so concerned about Paul George and Joel Embiid. I don't know what to do, man. Oh, give me a second. I'm just have a quick sip. Yeah. I don't know what to do about Joel Embiid and Paul George. I was high on Paul George last season. You know, I was like, man, he's so much value. You can get him here. And then, you know, I'm just like experiencing it firsthand and then actually seeing like how they were, how there's no news, right? But also it's like so many question marks. I just don't want to mess with the daggone Sixers unless it's Maxey or VJ. You know, I don't really want to mess with that. I'm concerned about Paul George and your man Joel Embiid. This is a great question. Brian says, would you prefer Cameron Johnson or Michael Porter Jr. this year? I almost feel like they'll be interchangeable in terms of the value that they'll provide. I think that Cameron Johnson, because, you know, Denver is going to be competing, I feel more confident in his stability in terms of production. I think Michael Porter Jr. might have flashes in the pan in his new environment in Brooklyn, but I think that because they're going to be testing their new young players and they're not playing for a playoff spot, most likely, there might be some inconsistency with his production. So although I think Michael Porter Jr. might have bigger gains, I think Cameron Johnson might be a more stable pick. I love that question. Let's let me actually line up my next couple players here. So I'm going to start going into my rookie bag, which is going to start with after Logan's next pick. Let's see if he takes one of these guys. But Ty Jerome is interesting here, but I'm not going to mess with him. I'm not quite there with Ty Jerome. I'm sorry. I got him queued up, but I'm not drafting him. Igor, I will, because I don't know what to expect from him, and I'd rather have like a mysteriously high ceiling potentially than like what I've seen from Ty Jerome. So I'm going to go Igor. And for my next pick, shish kebabs. I know what I was supposed to do there. Let's see if it'll still be there. Let's quickly do a quick recap while we wait for my next pick. And after Jalen Suggs, we had Tariq Eason, Drew Holiday, Draymond Green, Bobby Portis, Con Knipple. We did those guys already. Cool. After Paul George at the 9-12, we have Kyle Filipowski at the 9-13, Keegan Murray at the 9-14, 10-1, we got Malik Monk, 10-2, Cam Whitmore, D'Angelo Russell at the 10-3, Bub Carrington at the 10-4, Hansen. Oh, man, I love that pick. Yang Hansen at the 10-5. That is bold, but I like it. All right, I'm going to grab my man, Kyrie Irving. Let's go. In the stash. I'll take Kyrie in the 11th round of a 14-teamer. Now, I see him going in 12-teamers. People be reaching in the 9th round. I'm like, what are you doing? But a comfortable, safe stash, if he comes back, he could just bring you home to the championship in the playoffs. But that's what I had up my sleeve. I feel really good about that. I'm actually really happy about that. After Yang Hansen at the 10-5, we got Zach. Don't be greedy, Edie at the 10-6. 10-7, Jabari Smith Jr., DeAndre Hunter at the 10-8. Dennis Schroeder, Brandon Pajimski, Yves Misi, Igor Demon. I'm interested, man. He is a big point guard, y'all. It's going to be interesting. Like, people are sleeping. Because, there was a time, I don't know if you guys remember, not a time, but the season that Trae Young and Luka Doncic came out, people were like not seeing Luka. And I watched some footage of Luka when he played in Europe. And I was just like, this dude looks like the AAU player who is always playing up and playing against older kids and dribbling circles around them. And when I watch Igor Dimon's tapes, it gives me the same feeling. So watch out. Davion Mitchell at the 10-13, Dante DiVincenzo, Zachary Ricochet, Jay Huff at the 11-2. I love that pick. At the 11-3, Kyrie Irving. At the 11-4, Dylan Harper, Aaron Nesmith, Herb Jones, Chris Paul, Jared McCain, Ty Jerome, Jason Tatum. Come on, ma. I don't give a shih tzu puppy. If your man Jason Tatum is on the board this year, I am not drafting him. I hope that was an auto draft. Kelly Oubre Jr. at the 11-11, Aaron Wiggins at the 11-12, Quentin No Team Grimes at the 11-13, at the 11-14, Scoot the Boot Henderson, Obi Toppin at the top of the 12th, Nikola Jovic 12-2, Nehemias Quita at the 12-3, Chris Boucher at the 12-4. Come on, ma. Al Horford, who recently got signed to the Golden State Warriors at the 12-5. Tyus Jones at the 12-6. Jalen Wells at the 12-7. Kyle Kuzma. And let me just queue up a few players here. Oh, my God. Klay Thompson is still here. Stay away. I don't want no parts of that. Man, this is scary hours down here, y'all. This joint is crazy with the Jeremiah. I'll be okay with that. That is a bit of a stash and grab. Rookie, I'm telling you, he's one of our sleepers. I'm okay with that. Also okay with Kalkbrenner if Kalkbrenner's around. So let me check that. I'll take Kalkbrenner first. I'll take Kalkbrenner first. And then I'll come back for Fears if he's around. If someone doesn't take him, which I know you guys probably will, which is okay. I'm okay with that. But Jeremiah Fears, look out for him, man. He is a microwave scorer. Oh, Trey Johnson is still here, man. I would have rather had Trey Johnson than Kalkbrenner there. I'll probably take Trey Johnson if he is still available. See who else I can queue up down here in this area. Yeah, it's kind of slim pickings in this area. Whoa, we got Lonzo Ball. I know that. I know I'm scrolling far. I've scrolled beyond my normal bandwidth. This is not. No. Your Wi-Fi will not work if you scroll this far. This is an area only for the deepest of leagues. Jeremiah Fierce here. Come on, man. Come on home, baby. Come on home, baby. Come on home. Come on home. Oh, Super Terrific has a good take on Tatum. He says, I might take Tatum in the last round and stash him. I'm good. I am good. And I saw the videos and the stuff with him working out. The last round, it doesn't hurt, like, because what are you gonna do? Like, you're probably gonna use your last couple of roster slots to stream anyway, right? So it's not gonna hurt you to like put him in there and put him in your IR. But I'm looking at people. I'm trying to fill my IR with people that have timelines for return. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, and workout films always are exciting to see and stuff. I don't think they have any reason to try to bring him back this year. I think it's like there's no reason that the Celtics have to bring him back besides maybe wanting to like get him a run or a workout. He could do that in practice. He don't need to like come back and compete on a high level unless somehow this team can compete and like be in the hunt for like a 6th, 7th, 8th seed, like a play-in type situation, then I could see Tatum maybe coming back. But I'm not banking. I'm not spending any money to invest on that when it comes to my draft. But I'm not mad at that take. I think that's a interesting perspective, especially with the videos that we've seen of him. Okay, so as you know, it is tradition here to give an honest review of my team. So I'm going to quickly do the closing recap here. After Tatum, we have Ty Jerome, McCain. Nope, I'm going the wrong way. My apologies. We have Toppin, did that already. We were up to Kuzma, Westbrook, Shepard. Oh, man, that's a good pick. Dag. Healed. Kalkbrenner. Let me do the recap first, and then I'll go through the team. After Kalkbrenner, we have Kuminga, Kaysen Wallace, Trey Johnson, Bilal Coulibaly, Jeremiah Fears, Lou Dort, Taylor Hendricks, Ayo Dosunmu, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dylan Brooks, Brooke Lopez, Kaman Maluak, Klay Thompson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, PJ Washington, and Jeremy Grant. That Reed Shepard pick is very important for us, guys. So this is Reed falling because right now he's probably buried in ESPN's rankings because it hasn't adjusted. So if you're doing your draft this week, make sure you queue him up early because you want to grab Reed Shepard. He's going to crush this season. It's going to be really good. He's performed well in every summer league he's played in, but he just has not received consistent minutes. And because of that, he hasn't been able to take the top off. And now he will. Top is off. Boobies is out. Hair blowing in the freaking wind. All right. So I'm going to give an honest review of my team on a 1 to 5 GOAT scale. Let's get it. Giannis. First pick, Giannis. Yes. Paolo Banchero. Yes. Chet Holmgren. Yes. Kawhi Leonard. Maybe. Jared Allen. Yes. Reluctant. Yes. Isaiah Hartenstein. Maybe. I think at this point, I was just going best available. It's just too much, not enough guards here. CJ McCollum, heck to the no. I am out on CJ. Too old. Steph Castle, maybe. Jalen Suggs, maybe. Igor Dimon, maybe. And I'm giving them maybes because I don't know what they're going to do because we just don't know, especially with Igor. Jalen Suggs, we've seen him perform well, but when people are injured, I don't know what his value is going to look like if he has Paolo healthy, Franz healthy. We got Desmond Bain there now too. So I don't know if I just don't know. So I'm going to give him a maybe. Kyrie Irving, maybe. We'll see when he comes back. Ryan Kalkbrenner, maybe. And Jeremiah Fears, maybe as well. So a bunch of maybes. Top of the draft, we got a bunch of yeses. Honest review, I'm going to give myself a 2 out of 5 GOAT rating. Now that you know some of the players you need to target in a 14-team mock draft, check out our playlist with all of our mock drafts.